Giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Hashem, Wakakadash. And I'm going to entitle this video, Delusional. Simply delusional. Anyway, this is a video that was put up, a short video, not even 18 minutes long, by GMS Info dot Channel 12, which is Apostle Rhyme Lob. And this is the opening of the video. This is 10 seconds in. They got, the title is, they got the 12 tribes breakdown from you. Really? And I didn't see this video. I'm not even going to watch it. Hashtag IUIC, Sabbath evening class, following unworthy leaders. I'm going to try to make this quick. Let's see where the spirit takes me. I might go, a little bit. Let's see. But anyway, I hope you can hear this. It might sound a little muffled. Let's give it a try. Just to confirm, I've been saying that Bishop Nathaniel's real name, the name that we knew him as, was Nathaniel Alaga. So there was two Nathaniels in the school before he came into school. You have Nathaniel, you had a Nathaniel Abba. So I believe the name that his parents or his mother gave him was Nathaniel. So normally what you do is in order for you to get a Hebrew name, they would, like if your name was John in the world, your so-called government name was John, first name John. In the Hebrew, that would be Yacha'anan. Yacha'anan. So Nathaniel in the Hebrew is Nathaniel Alaga, which means what is that? Give Nathan, meaning give or give us. Nathan, give Allah, give God or give us God. And the God means the third Nathaniel. Okay, so let's listen on.
This was the 12 tribes breakdown of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim. This tape became famous. It was circulated. When they put this on the internet, this is how a lot of them learned the 12 tribes. They didn't learn it from their elder because the elder couldn't explain nothing. They got it from this video right here. And we did a recent one.
Really, Nate? They got
the 12. I don't know who he didn't mention any names. He should have mentioned GMS or whoever he was talking about. That he made. You just heard him. He said they learned the 12 tribes by this video here. I never saw this video. Never saw this video. Never saw this video. So I don't know who, as far as One West members go, former One West members, I don't know any, General Yohana, Barak, Banyamyan, any of the whole Zabak, Priest Zabak, whatever his title is. He's delusional. And I'm gonna look up the word delusional or delusion. Let's listen to a little bit more.
From you. First of all, Elder, I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Wakakadash. Welcome to the live lesson. The name of this one is They got the 12 tribes breakdown from you. Really? Look, beginning with Elder Pastor Hart on down, he's done, breakdowns on the 12 tribes. Okay.
And we got the breakdown from High Priest Ariah mainly. I mean, the seven taught it, but our High Priest, the Spirit was on him to put the tribes in order and break down. We use the word breakdown, hermeneutics, breakdown. We use that word, simpler word. We learned this from Ariah and the rest of the seven. That 12 tribes sign in the way it was broken down was there long before you got there. You got there when? 89, 90? You can correct me. I got there several years before you. Matter of fact, you were in my camp. Are you going to say, just like Apostle Ramlab says in the video, if you watch the whole video that the apostle did, is he going to start saying that the Cornelius breakdown we got that from him? We got kicked out because we said Cornelius was an Israelite. This man is clearly delusional. Let's listen to a little bit more.
This guy is full of himself, Really, Nate? Really? Come on, man. This is why we don't respect this guy, because this guy makes it seem like he's just the one that carried all of that burden, all of that labor from back then till now, and everything that you see out there, they got it from him. And that's a true definition of a megalomaniac. All right, this guy is a megalomaniac. He got humble for a little bit, and it's still not out of the clear, but the guy's he's waxing worse and worse. Prouder and prouder. Talking about that everybody got the 12 tribes breakdown from them because their elders couldn't explain it. Look, we've done videos on this. You should have clarified who you were talking about. If you were talking about somebody specific, you should have said so. But the way this guy rolls is like he's Yahweh Shai. He's got all the breakdowns. He broke everything down to everybody. Everybody got everything from him. Come on, man. This guy's too much, man. Too much. He's gonna read this quick precept. Y'all heard it. The name of this is IUIC in the Classroom. This was let's see the date on here. It say IUIC Sabbath evening class following Unworthy Evening. You want to watch it? It's about
They still teach the Sabbath. It comes on Friday, sundown, and Saturday, sundown. The Sabbath is not coming on Friday, sundown, and Saturday, sundown. Every high holy day in the scriptures, in the law, is based upon the new moon. Go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Now, every high holy day, the Passover, the Day of Atonement, the Tabernacles, if every high holy day is based upon the new moon, why would the Most High say, oh, and by the way, Sabbath, you got it, wherever you go, you count 7 days and you keep, no. The Sabbath is based upon the new moon. Oh, and this guy also teaches that the new moon is the full moon, which no scholar they'll laugh at him. The new moon comes in when you can't see the moon. So he's going off on that. This man is waxing worse and worse.
Hour and 13 minutes is when he starts going and he curses everybody out, But hey, it is what it is. 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. You're seeing an example of that right here. That's Bishop Nathaniel. He's a lover of his own self. He's telling everybody that that knows the 12 tribes breakdown, they got it from him. Because their elders didn't know how to break it down. They got it from him, Just like, let me guess, everybody got the Cornelius breakdown from you too, right, Nate? Right? The Cornelius breakdown, everybody came to you to get it? For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers. So this guy is a boaster. He's proud, blasphemers, because, there's another video where he said, Christ, who they call Yahweh Shai. And there was another video where he says, I forget exactly how he said it, but he says Ebonics. Oh, I believe that was it. Nathaniel Alaga, he said Ebonics. You know, so this guy has no respect, man. Disobedient to parents, and it's not talking about your actual parents, even though this could apply to that. But this is also dealing with the men that raised you up, spiritual fathers. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breaker. You know, and everybody, you heard Elder Apostle Kabal mostly bring this out there. You know, and I concur because I was there also, and I know all the other apostles and elders know about it. And we were all made to take the oath. I was there one day when we had to take the oath that King Mashah, King Mashah was King David or is King David, and we took it and we upheld it to the end. Okay, and he says, false accusers. And that's exactly what these guys are. Because there's another video where he has me, you know, saying that there's nothing wrong with getting a prostitute. And there's nothing wrong with getting a prostitute. You know, that's in this.
Meaning you're not breaking the law. Give me a law that we break. You're not breaking the law when you know when you break the law, when you have your daughter, you make her a prostitute. That's the law. That's against the law.
Scriptures, our forefathers were told to get prostitutes.
Hosea, to be exact. Hosea, the prophet Hosea, to be exact. Let me go to that so a nigga don't get, because a nigga jump up and say, Jesus, baby, Jesus. And you know what's ironic? You saw, you see, you witnessed what happened was 2 years ago with Tazadak, by the so-called God sent comforter. The Most High snatched him out the frame. That should put fear in your heart. Okay, Hosea 3. This is a very short chapter. You really should read chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. It says, then said Yahweh unto me, go yet, love a woman, beloved of a friend, yet an adulteress according to the love of Yahweh toward the children of Israel. That's spiritual adultery, who look to other gods. He's talking about Israelites playing a part of an adulterer. That's what it's talking about. So this woman that he's going to go get, she's a picture of Israel. Let's continue to read. According to the love of the Lord Yahweh toward the sons, the word there, children of Israel. Let's prove that. Let's see if I'm correct. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, it says, Ath Bunya, Ath Bunya, Bun meaning son. It actually should be Bunyam. Yasha Allah. The word is son. 1 minute. Give me a second. One of the elders are calling. Hey, Shalom, I'm doing the show, so make it quick. Hey, forgive me. Yeah, one of the bishops just called me about urgent matter. So when I saw his name, I'd say, well, when he calls, it's always about some serious business. Some serious things have been said. Inside joke. So, okay, so the word there is Yahweh. That's the name of Yahweh. That's his name. Remember, we read from what? Right to left. Yahweh, which kind of means like definitely. Bunya should be bunyam for sons. Bunya would be, bun would be son. Bunya would be my son. Bunyam would be sons. Yasha'al, sons of Israel. Okay, so let's come back over here. I just wanted to show you that it was sons of Israel, not children of Israel. Okay, so it says, let me take this off. Then said Yahweh unto me, go yet love a woman, beloved of a friend, yet an adulterer according to the love of Yahweh toward the children of Israel, who look to other gods. He's talking to Israel. They look to other gods and love flagons of wine. By the way, it's not talking about they like to drink wine. There's nothing wrong with drinking wine. The wine that it's talking about is spiritual wine, meaning other philosophies. So I brought her to me for what? For 15 pieces of silver. When you bring a woman to your house and you give her money and you have sex with her, what is that? An act of prostitution. And the Lord said, go ahead and get this woman. And for an homer of barley and then half a homer of barley, which is food. She would be considered a high class one of them. Because 15 pieces of silver is a lot of money. And I said unto her, thou shalt be for me many days. See, in the ancient world, when you got a one of them women, they live with you. They cook for you. They had sex with you. They kept the house in order. Basically, she was a rent a wife. And I said, so is the Lord going to tell this man to go out and break a law? This guy's full of, he's caught up in his emotions, man. And I said unto her, thou shalt abide for me many days. Thou shalt not play the harlot, meaning you're not supposed to get with another man when you're with me. If you're going to be with me for 2 months, I'm paying you for 2 months. You can't be with another man for 2 months. A renter wife. And thou shalt not be for another man. So will I also be for thee. for the children of Israel, and this actually happened, for the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king and without a prince and without a sacrifice and without an image and without an ephod and without a teraphim. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their power, and that's what's happening right now, their power, and David their king, and shall fear Yahweh and his goodness in the what? In the latter days. What is meant by the latter days? What is meant by the latter days? Let's look at that. The latter days is referring to right now. Bear me for a minute. I'm trying to find, let me go here. Let me go here. Latter days in the Bible, the latter days meaning. Of present or recent times, latter days, prophets of a latter or subsequent time. Get a better definition. Okay, end times. Where we at? End times, last days, latter days, end of age. Latter days found only in the Old Testament, and last days found in both Old and New Testament. In the Old Testament, the same Hebrew word. So the fifth verse in Hosea 3, in other words, we were separated by the Most High, from the Most High. Our big brother, I'll say, and the Son of the Lord, he became the mediator to bring back the peace between the Heavenly Father and Israel, and the sons of Israel, and the middleman was Yahweh Shai. He actually became a sacrificial lamb for the sons of Israel. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their power. We're doing that right now. And David their king, and shall fear Yahweh and his goodness in the latter days. So this is happening right now as I'm reading it. So now let's go back to the video.
A prophet of the Lord himself, Hosea, was told to get with the prophecy. You know, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, you got to be wise, of course, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but this.
In other words, you hadn't broken one of the laws of the Most High. That's what he means.
Guy, he said, now we know where their money goes to. You know, insinuating that's all we do is go around. Every little bit of money we get is like a drug habit or a drug addict. Every little money he gets, he spends it on drugs. So every little money we get, we're looking to go get a prostitute. These guys are real demons. The Most High is going to really humble this guy down real good.
And the Most High just humbled him. He was sick. Then the Most High raised him back up. He called on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Then he's going backwards, man. If you're going to play with somebody, the last person you want to play with is a heavenly Father, the supreme being of the universe. You got a lot of demons out there among Israel, man. Guys just popping up. You know, they watch a couple of YouTube videos. A lot of these guys that you see on YouTube with the 12 tribe sign and Sons of Thunder. Now, I'm not talking about, I'm just said Sons of Thunder. I'm not talking about the Sons of Thunder from Atlanta. Them brothers are on point. Them brothers are good. They're good. Okay, they go out, they teach and all that. The name just came to my mouth. Sons of Lightning. The Sons of Lightning. Yahushua, servant of the right hand, or something like that. And then you find out that these guys became Israelites by watching YouTube videos. But then they might have watched some of the videos, I don't know, from 10 years ago, and then they think they're the top guys over us, and they learned this from us. They learned this from us, and they go off and they teach what they want to teach. Got a lot of guys going off doing what they want to do, and this guy Nathaniel, Bishop Nathaniel, whatever you want to call him, he's just doing what the hell he wants to do. He said, them guys, they say you can rape 12-year-old little girls. Now, you know what I did earlier, and I'm going to do it now. I'm going to have to do it. First of all, let me read delusional. This man is delusional. Delusion, a belief of or altered reality that is persistently held despite evidence or agreement to the contrary. Perfect example, the charagma. The evidence is overwhelming that the charagma is what we say it is, generally in reference to a mental disorder. Delusional, characterized by or holding idiosyncratic beliefs or impressions that are contradicted by reality or rational argument, typically as a symptom of mental disorder. Now, I was watching a video that the elder leader of GMS Dallas, Yashawamba, he did a video on a marriageable, something to the effect of marriageable age. Now, what I did was, this is what I did. One thing about Esau, he's a liar, but he'll give you the truth. He'll give you look, put in the word, he'll give you the definition, the background of it. So when Esau gives you the truth, he gives you the truth. So what did I type in? What age did woman of ancient I've spelled that wrong. That's all right. It'll spell itself. Israel is, I'm sorry, what age did women of ancient Israel marry? Okay? When Esau tells you the truth, he tells you the truth. Okay, obviously I misspelled some words. I got most of them right. Anyway, it says, search yourselves for what age did women of ancient Israel marry? Girls typically marry at age what? 12 or 13. Immediately after what? Puberty. You want me to look up the word puberty? Puberty. Let me look that up. You got to break these words down to these people. All about puberty. 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 Wikipedia. Puberty is the process of physical changes through which a child's body matures into an adult. A body capable of sexual reproduction, meaning you can have babies. And you had women in Israel in the ancient world, not just Israel, but the other people of the ancient world. There were women having children at age 12, age 13. Because they were no longer children. They were adults, young adults, but still adults. And there was a change that went on in their body. It says puberty guide, signs and stages for boys and girls. Medical. Puberty is a key stage in the transition from childhood to adulthood. When did a person, a girl or a boy, go from being a child to an adult? When their plumbing started working. All right, when a boy was able to produce sperm, and when a girl was able to get pregnant. It is a normal part of growing up, and each person's experience of it is unique. So let's come back. It says girls. It says what age did women of ancient Israel marry? Girls typically married at age 12 or 13, immediately after puberty, when their plumbing changed. So one might be excused for wondering what change they had of developing an informed opinion beyond that of their fathers. Meaning your father had a play in who you're going to deal with. What age did Israelites marry? Previously, the marriage age was 18 for males and 17 for females before they were was it equalized at 17 years. I don't know what this is all about. I guess this is current Israel. Okay, what age did Israelites marry? Let's try this. How old were Jewish women betrothed or engaged in the first century? What age did women marry in ancient Israel after getting married when they were 12 or 13? Most women in biblical times gave birth their first, let me click on that. Yeah, I'm going to read all that. If you want to read, you can go ahead and read it. Weddings and marriage traditions in ancient Israel Bible. Most likely girls were married around puberty. It was around 12 years old, whereas men were somewhat older, though unions were generally based more on economic or social considerations. So it was a father that said, my daughter is going to marry this man's son, because they might have had a business partnership going. It says, what was a typical age for a woman to be married? You can click on that and read the rest of it. It says 19 answers. Most women in biblical times got married as soon as they were what? Physically ready, meaning puberty. They experience a thing called puberty. Physically ready and able to bear children, meaning get pregnant, which was 12 and 13 years old. And the men normally was older and pretty much established in business. This is BS right here. Oh, now this is early marriage seen in Talmudic times. They go off. They say you can marry somebody that's 3 years old. They totally go. That shows you that. And Vocab Malone's not going to go against them. He's not going to go against them. He's an apologist for them. Okay, marriage, childbirth, death and burial, puberty, and ... For a woman, marriage plans could be made at the onset of puberty. When do they experience a thing called puberty? When they're about 12 years old. Some cases 11. For a man, 18 years was the recommended age. Any person who had passed the age of 20, I'm not going to read the rest of that. Marriage age in the Bible, Gospel Gazette Online, also under Judaism, boys could marry or make religious vows at 14 years old. Actually, it's 12 years old. And girls at 12 years old. Well, normally the man will be maybe 18, 19, 25, 40, both only with parental permission. I'm not going to read the rest of it, meaning when Joseph got with Mary, they were supposed to wait till the day that they had that ceremony. So what Joseph did, he couldn't wait. Because I imagine Mary was a very attractive woman. You know, she was a very well-endowed, young, beautiful, gorgeous woman. It doesn't say, I would think that she was about 12 years old, maybe 13. And Joseph, they don't tell you how old he was, but he was well older because she was going to go to his house. And he was a carpenter. And carpenters, that was a construction guys that, you know, if you own a construction company now, you living good. So a carpenter made good money. There was always work for you. And he didn't work for nobody. He worked for himself. So I would think he would be, could be in his mid to late 20s, maybe his early 30s, maybe even his mid to early to mid 40s. He was much older than Mary, but it doesn't give the age of Mary. So we're merely speculating. So now let's come back to this. See, we're not delusional people. We check things out. We don't, when we research something in the scriptures or in the history, we throw the emotions out the window.
No, the Lord's going to humble this guy. He's going to make an example of this guy because this guy is proud. You know, he got through that storm for a little bit, but he still ain't out of it, you know, but the guy is super proud. All right. This guy is the epitome of a megalomaniac. All right. This guy is full of himself. As we read here, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. He would have you believe that he's the only teacher, you know, the only one that's out there teaching everybody, that everybody got everything from him. I guess the Cornelius thing too, right, Nate? Truce breakers, false accusers, right, and they're false accusers, incontinent, meaning they can't continue, fierce, despisers of those that are good, and that's exactly what it is, because the scriptures say they hate him that rebuketh at the gate. So if you are someone that rebukes and reproves, you're gonna be hated, because they don't want to come to the light, as the scriptures say in the book of St. John, the 3rd chapter. Traitors, heady, and this guy is heady. They should have a picture of Nate next to men shall be lovers of themselves, proud, blasphemers, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. Next to every one of these, by the comma, they should have a picture of Nate. Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Every comma, they should have a picture of Bishop Nathaniel. Traitor, heady, high-minded. This guy his pride is through the ceiling. His head is so fat, it's through the ceiling. It's like, my goodness, you know? Just bear with me 1 second. Here we go. Megalomania, a person who is obsessed with their own power, right? And then it says exhibiting megalomania. Megalomania, obsession with the exercise of power, especially in the domination of others. That's the bishop right there. You got the bishop's name in your mouth. Delusion about one's own power or importance, typically as a symptom of manic or paranoid disorder. So it says traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High. That's why he would make a statement that, you know, Christ, you know, who they call Yahushua, having a form of godliness, yeah, because he has an appearance of godliness, you know, with this, you know, with these, it looks like the rays of the sun, you know, on his chest here. You know, I can't really get a good look at it, but that's what it looks like. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. No, Christ, the one who they call Yahushua. He has a form of godliness.
And then close him to say this. He was the one that was part of that split. He caused the split of Ariyah and Marshall. They were friends. They're connected by blood. All right? And him and some others, those others I'm not going to mention because they back in the world. Or they're not in this whole thing. They don't teach anymore. But that was you know, a hell of a thing that this guy did, him and the mothers. And then they brought us up on charges concerning the Cornelius thing. And then what happened years later, they teach that Cornelius is an Israelite. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but this man is not right. He's not teaching the scriptures the correct way. He's teaching the scriptures his own way. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.